My name is Samantha Greenberg. I'm in Alexandria, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. I met him on a Facebook group for chronically ill and disabled people.
Was it pretty sick?
Yeah, so long ago now. It was very supportive. It doesn't really exist anymore. I mean, I don't know if it's officially deleted, but I haven't posted in there in years. But it was a very supportive group, and I met people that I wouldn't have otherwise met, and some of them I still talk to this day. There's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, she's one of my really good friends. Did you interview her?
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
did.
because she was in the photo with me. We went together for that visit.
I saw
She
that.
actually stayed at my house because I grew up in Philadelphia and I was living there at the time. Yeah, so she and her now husband, her boyfriend at the time, stayed at my house when we went for the visit. They stayed for the weekend. 19, very Emet actually passed away a week or two after I moved. I was able to go back for the funeral, but I couldn't because I had just started a job and it was too soon to do PTO. But actually, I indirectly met a lot of friends through him because he had a large network in this area. I'm not sure if you're aware. And there were a bunch of people who couldn't go for the funeral. So we went to dinner to
Mm.
celebrate his life. And I went, I knew one person, and I met a bunch of people there. Karen Hitzelberger, I don't know if you know her. My friend Kara Leibowitz. She's one of my really good friends' sisters. She doesn't live in DC anymore, but met at that dinner and realized that we had friends in common. Really, I haven't seen them in quite a while now. But yeah, I wouldn't really know. Like they're on my Facebook list, but they don't post. Her, I from Philadelphia. I met her a few times. We weren't like friends, but gonna suggest Katie. I didn't even know you knew her. Meet her already because she's very busy right now. She and her husband just welcomed a baby. I'm trying to get out there to see the baby, but I'm gonna wait a little while. It was 9 days after I moved to a city that I knew three people, not counting family that I had here. And this girl Karen, she's, "Do you want to come?" Yeah, sure. And I walked in, and it was just all of these people. I felt like I knew them forever. And if Emet was here, this is something he would do. He'd be like, "Hey, come to this dinner, meet some people in your new home." Well, a lot of the people that went were at the dinner. They've known each other for many years already. I was the only newbie. It was my first experience doing something like that. I'd known people around my age who had passed away. I think Emmett was a few years younger than me. I think he'd be what, 30 now? Okay, yeah, so we're 6 years apart. And yeah, I'd known people who had passed away that were around my age, but I'd never known somebody that had so much control of it. He like told us, "Hey, I'm going into this hospice. This is what's going to happen." He just decided it all himself. And I was a little scared to go into the hospital, even though I'd talked to him a lot. I didn't know what to expect when I got there because I had never visited somebody in hospice before that wasn't an old person. When we got there, it was like visiting somebody in the hospital. He was fully awake. This is in December, and he died in March. So yeah, and just hung around. There were a couple times like if I fall asleep, it'll be 2 seconds, and then I'll wake up, and that happened a couple times. And we would laugh about it. We just sat around talking, listening to music, and hanging out. I knew it was gonna be the last time I'd see him, probably, but it didn't really feel like that. If you understand, it didn't feel like I was visiting somebody who was actively dying, other than that he had lost quite a bit of weight by that time. So he looked ill, but not on his deathbed. Yeah, and I probably would have visited him again, but I didn't know I was moving until 6 weeks before. Yeah, so I got really busy. a month after I visited him. I work in communications. I'm actually looking for a new job right now. So I worked in that was what I was in for years. So yeah, it was nice that Emma ended up in Philly that we got to meet, I think twice. Yeah. No, once. But that was in Jersey because we went to the Abilities Expo. That was fun. Yeah. Years ago. It was probably 2016, something like that. Yeah. 2016, 2017, around there. Yeah, before he got sick. Was able to travel. Yeah, because when I met him, he was still in college. That's how long I knew him. He was living in Purchase, New York. Moved to Philly a couple years after. He was in New York City for a while. A very warm, inviting, passionate person. He was actually the first trans person that I had the opportunity to be friends with. He like taught me so much about the world, really. It's not like I was avoiding being friends with trans people. I just didn't know any. There weren't any in my neighborhood where I was growing up, and yeah, he taught me a lot about. I didn't know about the importance of pronouns and stuff. I use them every day, but I didn't know. And I think he was the one that taught me what non-binary was. I was an adult and I didn't know what that means, and I was, why do I not know what this means? I should. I don't remember because it was so long ago. I might have said my name. I don't remember. I remember the banner though. See, this is 6 years ago. So the thing I do remember is he had a pride flag. Like I can picture. I remember the bed and his dog was there. Okay, yeah, I remember that, but I don't know if I got to decorate it. I remember at the hospice. I'm trying to remember. Give you as much detail as possible. We just sat around and talked. I remember his family was there.
There.
One person. I think it was his aunt, but she raised him, or he was very close with her. I remember it was a family member.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, his adoptive father, because I know his biological father passed away. I have spina bifida. I think Emet had EDS. Yeah, but other things as well. And yeah, yeah, he just knew people from all parts of the disability community. And I didn't know him that well. Yeah, he never met a stranger. He was a rabbi technically. He got ordained while he was there. But I wish he had gotten to practice because he would have been so good at it. And he was almost done too. I think he had like a year left or something. And I think it's a 3 or 5 year program, something like that. Yeah, no, I just think he would be very inclusive and he would do things his own way. And Matt did not do anything by the books. Yeah, no, I think he'd be a rabbi and he'd incorporate disability advocacy in that some way. Whether he worked at a nonprofit or a congregation, I'm not sure what his goals would have been. Yeah, he's like so proud of rabbinic spaces now. Here, I am involved in lots of different Jewish organizations, and there's so many queer rabbis. I go to Temple Road of Shalom. It's in Falls Church,
Okay.
Virginia. I'm involved in their 20s and 30s group there. Yeah, I'm actually on the board, and my role is the inclusion chair. Yeah, and I was very familiar with the school he went to because my mom lived near there at one point, and actually the Hillel where I went to college, the rabbinic intern came from there.
Where'd you go to college?
Oh, Westchester.
Oh, Western University. Oh, I grew up in
Westchester, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
I grew up like right down the street from there.
Oh, so fun. Do you live in Center City now?
I live in West Philly, but I grew
Okay.
up, my childhood home was on South New Street.
Yeah, that's walking distance from campus.
I could always hear graduation from our house.
Yeah, that must have been such a fun place to grow up, especially on a
It's a
Friday night when students were walking home from the bar. You
hills.
graduated a million years ago. It's probably so different now. I did not realize that. I probably knew that at the time, impressed by that, but I have to know. Yeah. And
Yeah,
actually living in DC, I got to meet Judy Human twice. Well, actually, I technically got to meet her once, but I was in her presence twice. She was just a force. That was so sad when she passed. Totally fine. She
no, she
got sick randomly. It's so sad to think about. Hybrid work, I was actually doing it before COVID because I worked for a very small company and they wanted to make sure that there was room in the office so people came in on certain days. But now it makes me sad that so many people are having to go back to the office full time. With my disability, I physically can go to the office 5 days a week, but I don't know if you live on your own, but taking care of a home is a job in itself in my own apartment. And the hybrid work just helps with work-life balance, whether
right.
you're disabled or not.
Your
I like
needs
the
at
hybrid
home.
specifically because I like to get out of the house two,
Yeah,
3 days a week. Yeah, a lot of people were able to get jobs that couldn't otherwise. I
just
think
like
they had met before.
yeah.
Their paths had definitely crossed.
And
Yeah, my friend Kara used to work at NCIL. Camp is also a big part of Jewish culture. I didn't go to a Jewish camp, but Jewish summer camp is a thing. I was
somewhat
like watching that movie. How did they know to film all this stuff in
like
78 or whenever it was? Yeah,
so.
he told me. I think one of the last conversations we had was that he was proud of me for moving away.
Mm,
Because,
what
like
did
I said,
he?
I found out I was moving about 6 weeks before he passed. So he was still alive. Yeah,
Right,
because I think he was out of it for a few
right.
weeks. Yeah, because I know at the very end he couldn't really talk to anyone. Mazal was there, her being there. Not to judge books by their cover and to just love everyone and ask questions if you're unfamiliar with things. That is not a bad word. That empowering. Yeah, it's empowering to be disabled. Yeah, they didn't have mainstreaming back in the day, and those people that were in special ed intellectually probably didn't deserve to be there. Pretty Human always tells the story about how her mom advocated for her to get out of special ed. Thinking when I moved here, you probably would have eventually moved here too. When Trump got booted out of office the first time, I used to write him notes on his Facebook page, even though he wasn't here any longer. Wrote him that night. Even like the hospice workers knew him. We walked in, like, who you here to visit? We said, I'm at Tower. They're like, yeah, it's a party up there. I'm okay. And there's like certain things that happen. Oh, I wish Emet was here. Or I'm glad he's not here to see this. Yeah. Political things. Be there for one another. Mm, be there. Listen to people. Be open to new perspectives. Don't be scared. I was a little scared until I got there. It's not going to be as bad as you probably think. Going to hang out with a friend at their apartment. This is a really cool project. I'm looking to see what it's like at the completion.